Daf Yomi, Tractate Menachot, page 85b. Amar Rabbi Yochanan with Amar Rabbi Yochanan. It's a few lines in. 1 or 2 lines in. Amar Rabbi Yochanan, Ein bevin esa oimer, Ela ben asad samud, Ramois sheberetz Yisrael, Shemehen chamos derachas, Rabbi Yochanan says one brings the Omer only from the southern fields of Eretz Yisrael, as upon those fields the sun rises and shines, and from those fields the sun also sets. Those fields are exposed to abundant sunlight, and so they produce a superior quality crop. Tanya Nami Hachi Abba Shaul Omer Haya Ba Mikaas Beis Miklo Gevas Shaloisi In Hoiso Besode Mudremes Hoiso Ubachamos Derachas Umimenachamo Shoikaas Niar Chetzio Zeria Chetzio Nir Chetzio Zeria Chetzio. This is also taught in a Braita. Abba Shaul says that the Omer would come from grain grown in the valley of Beit Mikle. The field there was about 3 seah, and it was a southern field, and the sun would rise and shine upon it, and the sun would set from it. During the first year, the farmer plowed the entire field during the first half of the year, and he then sowed half of the field, leaving the other half fallow. During the second year, he again plowed the entire field during the first half of the year, and he then sowed the half of the field that was left fallow in the previous year. Rav Chilki bar Tovi, Avalei karne de aro, ner chetzi v'zar chetzi v'ner chetzi v'zar chetzia, v'avadal chad trei u'zavelahu l'chite l'smido. The Gemara demonstrates the efficacy of this method. Rav Chilkiah bar Tovi had a tract of land. He plowed the field during the first half of the year and then sowed half of it. The next year he plowed the field during the first half of the year and then he sowed the other half of it. And this method was so effective that his field produced twice as much wheat as other fields its size. And it was of such a superior quality that he sold the wheat to be used as fine flour for the meal offerings in the temple. The Mishnah teaches that if the flour became wormy, it is unfit for use in the meal offering. The sages taught in Braita fine flour, the majority of which became wormy, is unfit. And similarly, wheat kernels, the majority of which became wormy, are unfit, and they may not be used to produce fine flour for meal offerings. Rabbi Yirmiyah asks, what is the meaning of this latter ruling? Is it saying only that if the majority of the individual wheat kernel becomes wormy, the flour produced from it is unfit? Or is it saying that when the majority of a seah of kernels becomes wormy, the entire seah is unfit? The Gemara concludes, Teku, we don't know the answer. We must wait until the coming of the Messiah. When the Messiah comes, we will beat our swords into plowshares, and we will study one no more, and we will study one no more. And we will study one no more when the Messiah comes. This looks like it is Teku 251. Reish Nun Aleph. Yep. This was from Wednesday, February 25th. Yep. If it became wormy, lie. Okay, anyway, that's that. Boy Rove Ekdishan Mahu Shilke Alem Shum Balmum Kevin was a Gomon W. Dilma Balmum Elabahima Teku. Here this is the and 52nd Tegu. Rava asks, if one consecrated grains of wormy wheat for use in a meal offering, what is the halacha with regard to whether he should be flogged for consecrating them due to the prohibition against consecrating a flawed item as an offering? One is flogged for consecrating a blemished animal as an offering, see Tamura 6b. Does the same apply for consecrating wormy wheat? Does one say that since the wheat is unfit, it is comparable to a blemished animal, or perhaps the prohibition against consecrating a flawed item applies only to an animal? The Gemara concludes the dilemma shall stand unresolved. Okay? And now comes 253, pretty soon. Tzan Hasam koles shenim tzabo tlas pasal gabi mizbeach hamashmua lo yishanu elalach. We learned in a Mishnah elsewhere, Midah 2:5. With regard to the wood logs that are burned on the altar, priests inspect them before they are used, and any log in which a worm is found is unfit for use on the altar. In reference to this Mishnah, Shmuel says they taught this halacha only with regard to a wet log, as a wormy section cannot be removed. But if a wormy section is found in a dry log, the priest scrapes away the wormy spot away, and the log is fit for use. So Teku 253, Rav asks, if one consecrated a wormy log to be used on the altar, what is the halacha with regard to whether he should be flogged for consecrating it due to the prohibition against consecrating a flawed item as an offering? Does one say that since the log is unfit, it is comparable to a blemished animal, or perhaps the prohibition against consecrating a flawed item applies only to an animal? The Gemara concludes, Teku, the dilemma shall stand unresolved. Now, new Mishnah. Zog Dil Mishnah to go Al Pal Shemin. Abba Shaul Omer, Shniya La Regev, Be'evere Alden, Kol HaRotzo Yisrael Ksherois, Ela Minichan HaMivin. Olive trees in Tekoa are the primary source of oil to be used in meal offerings. Abba Shaul says. Secondary to Tekoa is Regev on the east bank on the Jordan River. All the regions were valley for oils we brought from them, but it was from here that they would bring it. Ein mevi'in lo mi beis hazevolim velo mi beis hashlochim velo min ma shenizra v'nehem v'im hovi kosher ein mevin an baktan v'im hevi kosher ein mevin min hagargarin shenishru b'mayim v'lo min hakavoshim v'lo min hashlukim v'im hevi pasol. One may not bring a meal offering containing oil from olives that have been olives taken from a fertilized olive grove, nor from olives taken from an irrigated olive grove, nor from olives taken from an olive grove where grain was sown between the trees. But if one did bring a meal offering containing oil from such groves, it is valid. One may not bring a meal offering containing oil from unripe olives, but if one did bring it, it is valid. One may not bring a meal offering containing oil from olives that were soaked in water, nor from pickled olives, nor from boiled olives. And even if one did bring it, it is not valid. That's the Mishnah and the Gemara. Zog de Tam v'yishlach Yov Tekoa v'yishlach Misham v'yishlach Chachma. This is what we were talking about. The wise woman of Tekoa. Al Yidach, Mimani Yidach, something like that. I think so, but I'm not sure. Okay, anyway, the Gemara says, "V'yishlach Yov Tekoa, v'yishlach Misham Mishach Chachma, ma yishno Tekoa, Amar Yochanan mitoch sheragilen b'shemen zayis chochma mitzuya bahen." The Gemara notes the effect of Tekoa's oil on those living there. The verse states, "And Joab sent to Tekoa and fetched from there a wise woman." 2 Samuel 14, verse 2. What is different about Tekoa that Joab chose to bring a woman from there? Rabbi Yochanan says, since the residents of Tekoa are accustomed to use olive oil, wisdom is prevalent there. Okay? Tana Rabbanan v'tabu b'shem el-agloi zeh chelkoi shel asher shmoshech shemen himayon amru pam achas nitzrechu lo enan shel ludikia b'shemen, or l'shemen in brackets, mina lehem pulmostos Echad Amar Lo Lech Ve'ilanu Shemen Memeribo. The Gemara digresses to discuss the tribal portion of Asher in which the city of Tekoa is located. The sages taught in Braita in his blessing to the tribe of Asher. Moses says he will be pleasing to his brothers and immerse his foot in oil. Deuteronomy 33:24. This is referring to the portion of Asher as the oil flows there like a reaping. No, I'm sorry, it flows like a spring. I'm sorry. This is referring to the portion of Asher as the oil flows there like a spring. The Gemara relates, they said that once the people of Laodicea were in need of oil. They appointed a gentle messenger, Apolmostos, and said to him, "Go and bring us 1 million manna worth of oil." אמרו לו לך אצל פלוני לסדר לו אז מצא שהיה אוי זה תחס זה איסוף אמרו לו יש לך שמן במרי בו שאני צריך אמר לו המתן לי עד שאסיים מלאכתי המתין עד שיסיים מלאכתו. He first went to Jerusalem to procure the oil, but residents there did not have that quantity of oil. They said to him, "Go to Tyre," which was a commercial city. He went to Tyre, but they also did not have enough oil. They said to him, "Go to Gush Chalav," which is located in the portion of Asher. He went to Gush Chalav, and they said to him, "Go to so and so to that field." He went there, and he found someone hoeing under his olive trees. The messenger said to that man, "Do you have 1 million manna worth of oil?" Me'aribo is 110,000. That's 100. Me'aribo, 110,000 is a million. Do you have a 1 million manna worth of oil that I need? The man said to him, "Wait for me until I complete my labor." The messenger waited until the man completed his labor. הוא מסתכל בו בדרך, ולא יש לו לך שבמרי בו, כי מדוע אני ששחקו היהודים, כיוון שגיע לעירו, הוציאה לו שבחוסי, קום כמוס שלך מין, ורוחץ בו ידו ורגלו, והוציאה לו ספר של זהב מלא השמן. וטבע בו ידיו ורגליו לקיים מה שנאמר, וטובו בשביל רגליו. After he completed his labor, the man slung his tools over his shoulders behind him, a manner typical of poor laborers, and started walking, and he was removing stones from his orchard as he went along the path. Upon seeing this behavior, which suggested the man was merely a laborer, the messenger questioned whether the man was truly able to provide him with the oil. He said to the man, "Can it be that you really have 1 million manna worth of oil that I need? It seems to me that the Jews of Gush Chalav are making a laughing stock of me by sending me here." When he reached the city, the man's maidservant brought out to him a kettle of hot water. He washed his hands and feet. Afterwards, she brought out to him a golden basin filled with oil, in which he immersed his hands and feet in fulfillment of that which is stated with regards to the tribe of Asher, and immerse his foot in oil. Deuteronomy 33:24. לאחר שאכלו ושעשו, אמר לו שמן במרי בו, אמר לו, כלום אתה צריך לעשות, אמר לו, הן, אלא שאין לי דמים. אמר לו, אם אתה רוצה לקח, קח, ואני אלך עמך ויתור לדמה. אמר לו, שמן ב18 בו, אמר לו, לא נכנס האיש, also האיש. לא הניח also האיש, לא סוס ולא פרד, לא גמר ולא חמר בארץ ישראל, שלא שכרו. After they ate and drank, the man measured out for the messenger 1 million manna worth of oil. The man said to him, "Are you sure that you do not need any more oil?" The messenger said to him, "Yes, I do need more." but I do not have the money for it. The man said to him, if you wish, take more oil, take it. I will go back to Laodicea with you and collect the money for the extra oil there. The messenger agreed, and the man measured out an additional 180,000 maneh worth of oil. Concerning this incident, people said, the messenger had such an enormous burden of oil that he left neither a horse, nor mule, nor a camel, nor a donkey, in all of Israel that he did not rent in order to help transport the oil back to Laodicea. Wow. Kevan שהגיע לעירו, יוצאו שעירו לקלסו. אומר להם, לא לי קלסוני, אלא לזה שבא עמי, שמדד לי שמן במי הריבו, והרי נושא בי ב18 ריבו. לקיים מה שנאמר, יש מתעשר ואין כל מתרושש והון רב. Interesting story. When the messenger finally reached the city, the people of the city came out to praise him for achieving this tremendous feat. The messenger said to them, don't praise me, rather praise this man who has come with me, as it is he who measured for me 1 million maneh worth of oil, and he extended a debt to me for 180,000 maneh worth of oil. This incident was in fulfillment of that which is stated, there is one who seems to be rich, yet has nothing. There is one who seems to be poor, yet has great wealth. Proverbs 13:7. Interesting story. Emavian, lo mi beis hazvolim v'atanyo. Emavian an Baktan. The Mishnah teaches one may not bring a meal offering containing oil made from olives from a fertilized olive grove. The Mishnah continues to state that one may not bring a meal offering containing oil from unripe olives, and according to one version of the Mishnah's text, it adds that even if one did bring a meal offering containing such oil, it's not validly asked, but isn't it taught in Braita one may not bring a meal offering containing oil made from unripe olives? Okay, to be continued.